thanks for coming back onto my YouTube channel. So today I thought I'd just come on here and give you a little life update video and a little update on my Christian walk, my update on just everything really, and just to talk to you. I mean, I'm even coming here with no makeup on. I think I've just about stuck some little bit of mascara on. My hair's a mess. I'm in my pajamas. But I don't care. Like, I actually don't care because, you know, a lot of the times when I'm coming on seeing YouTube videos, you know, tell yourself up, get yourself ready, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna come on here and just make it natural and just talk to you guys, just like I'm there with you, like physically. But yeah. So yeah, the reason why I wanted to come on here is to just, yeah, talk about life. Not that you probably care, but I want to share it with you. And I mean, some of you might care. And also, being this is a lifestyle channel, I want to just be honest, brutal, and just share things with you guys. And to be fair, I should have shared a lot more videos already on just life's update and being completely honest, but I haven't done it. But you know what, forget the past, we're here now. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about was basically, so I graduated from law school last year, which I'm sure many of you know from my social media, and I was so excited. Like, it was the best thing that happened to me. I was so happy. Like, it was just a massive achievement considering I left school with no GCSEs. I thought I wasn't gonna ever go to uni. In fact, I planned to not go to uni because I just didn't want to go, because I just didn't see, because I always see a lot of people like mess around in uni and stuff, and you know, you hear about this, hear about that, parties going on at uni, blah blah blah. Oh my gosh, my top is so creased as well. I'm in pajama top, like, but I am my pajama top, so sorry guys. But yeah, so basically I was hearing about these stories. I just thought, do you know what, if I ever went to uni, this is what I used to think when I was younger, then I'd want to study law, because I always had a passion for the law, but I know that I wouldn't be able to concentrate and, you know, be able to really be successful and graduate, because I just thought I'd mess about as well. So I just thought, what's the point? Like, I just thought there was different routes that I could still become a lawyer, because there was at the time back then. So I went to uni, whatever, blah blah blah, eventually, and yeah, it was a massive achievement. I was so happy. And then I went to law school, so that's where you go to either study the LPC or the BPTC, which is now called the BTC or something. They've changed it literally this year, to either become solicitor or barrister. So solicitor is LPC, barrister is BTC now. So yeah, I went to study to become a barrister, but I'm not kidding you, yeah, it is like so much harder, more intense than university. It literally, I'm guessing they're preparing you for the practical world, so that's why it's so demanding. But you're having to learn many areas of law in like a short space of time. I went to do it part-time rather than full-time, and even that was still intense. And that was, you go to classes one weekend every month, and then, but you have to do loads of work at home, which is good in a way because I can be flexible, and obviously I can do the work around, you know, my actual work around parenting. If some of you don't know already, I'm a mum to a little boy, not so little anymore, he's 9 next week, so it makes me feel so old. But anyway, so I've done that, but the more I was studying and getting into it, the more I began to start hating it. And I know that's going to sound really weird, because I've always had a passion for the law, I've always wanted to be a lawyer, then I discovered I wanted to be a barrister. But yeah, so yeah, I just began to basically hate it. On top of the fact that it was so much money, it was like 19,000 and something at that point. And I was literally had an overload of like stress from where I was getting the money from, because I had no financial help, no grants, no nothing. that's a lie in terms of I did have a loan, but I'll get to that in a minute because that's another confusing thing. So, but yeah, I didn't have my financial help. I was having to pay a lot of it myself, blah, blah, blah. And it was just so stressful. So I was just like, do I even want to do this anymore? And then I'm wasting nearly £20,000 on a course that I don't even know if I want to do. Plus I've already racked up a debt from university that is like £60,000-70,000. Plus they're going to add more interest. So the more I was doing it, the more I started to hate it. And I was just like, I literally can't cope. I know I used to cry a lot. I didn't tell anyone this. Except for one person that I know that God put in my life for a reason, for a long time. This is the one person, I'm gonna get emotional. The one person that he was like a father, a friend, a mentor, a counsellor throughout since I met him, which is about nearly 15 years ago now, I'm pretty sure. It's been, no, not 15, that's a lie, about 13 years ago, I think, 12, 13 years ago. It's been a long time. And I know that God has put him in my life for a reason, because I think without him, maybe God would have used someone else, I don't know, but then, you know, God will use people, yes, but at the same time we have choices to do things. So, you know, maybe if he wasn't in my life, I wouldn't have ended up where I was, or maybe God would have used someone else, I don't know. But all I can say is that I'm so grateful for him. I mean, this is, you guys might know him, Toby Arimi. I used to call him Pastor Toby. People call him Apostle Toby now. It's confusing, all these different names. But either way, he is a great man of God. I appreciate him so much. He's going to probably watch this video or not and be really shocked. But anyway, so yeah, he's the only person that I felt like I could really pour out to. And he's the only person that has genuinely held me up. I mean, there's been other people, 100%, that God has used. But he's just on another level. Like, honestly, like, I'm just so grateful for him. But anyway, so he was the only person I did share some things with, like, during law school as well, and just what I was going through. He was always there regardless for me. But it just got to a point that I think I was also started feeling bad that I was, like, pouring out to him so much. And it got to a point that I started just secluding myself in, like, this box. And because I was secluding myself, I was, you know, cutting myself then off from people, because, not cutting myself off, but just kind of like going into my corner, because I felt like I was burdening people. I felt like this is my stress, this is my thing that I need to deal with, and I was just dealing with a lot mentally. So I used to cry out to God a lot. But you know, like, you know, when you talk to God, when you pray, yeah, and it's like you want that answer there and then, and it's like, you know, you're not getting that answer, you're getting frustrated because you're like, God, I need you to talk to me, why are you not talking to me? But he really does talk to you in like mysterious ways. Not always the way we want to, but he will. And answer our prayers, not always the way we want to, but he will, always for our best interest. But anyway, so yeah, law school, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, let me get back to that. So I was having a really, like, I basically had a mental breakdown. And I just screamed out to God and I cried. And I literally, there was one day I was just like, God, you need to do something today. I can't cope anymore. God, you need to tell me, do you want me to do this whole law school thing or not? Because if you don't, I'm happy to leave. And if you do, then tell me and help me. And I was just like, I can't cope anymore. I can't cope. And I was just crying and crying and crying. And I was screaming and crying and crying. And then it was so weird. It was either that same day or the next day. I was at law school because it was that weekend, because we go on a weekend, by the way. And that weekend, basically, I bumped into my program leader. Now, I don't generally bump into my program leader, neither do I have the confidence to speak to her about stuff I'm going through or whatever. And I didn't think about the possibility of pausing either. Anyway, I ended up bumping into her, having a long conversation with her, and basically it was literally like a weight lifted off my shoulder. Like, she relieved me so much. She was like, oh, that's fine, fine, like, don't worry. Lots of people go through what you're going through. Because I was saying how I wasn't enjoying it, that I was finding it really overwhelming, stressful, and I was struggling financially, blah, blah, blah. And she was just like, oh, don't worry, that's fine. Lots of people go through that. She was like, you can take a pause. I was like, what? I can take a pause? She was like, yeah, you can take a pause and, you know, come back next year if you want, and take that time to decide whether you even want to come back. You don't have to come back, and, you know, you'll have loads of time to think about things. I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, wow, like, this is amazing. And she was like, even if you don't come back, you know, you should get some money back, and because you've paid a lot already. Because I'd paid, like, I think £5,000 by this point, and I'd only been studying about 2 months. And so she was like, because you only pay for, apparently, so program leader said, you only pay for what you have used, so, like, you know, the classes you've used. But yeah, so I ended up taking the pause, and it was like a relief, and I was like, like, honestly, it was like this weight had just been lifted, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was like amazing. And yeah, it just felt so good. Anyway, so I ended up taking a break. I didn't tell no one, like, on my social media, on my YouTube, nothing, because I think I was a bit embarrassed as well, because I always come on, you know, social media, and on my YouTube I've done some videos, you know, go after your dreams, do this, do that, and I was always saying that I'm going to be a lawyer and blah blah blah, and I did this and did that, and then it was like I had a weak moment, and I had a broken moment, like I broke down, and it was like, I'm not that person that I said I was going to be, and I was like feeling a bit embarrassed and ashamed. And this is another reason why I'm coming to do this video as well, just to kind of show you that it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to have a breakdown, just as long as you don't stay there, as long as you know, deal with it, deal with the healing that you need to deal with anything that's going on, and then pick yourself up and move forward. And I feel like from December to now, I'd say I've been going through like a really intense healing process, a period. I'm still going through a lot of healing, by the way, guys, a lot. And I was really confused for a while, like, as to what I wanted to do going forward, whether I want to even go back to law school, because I think in my mind I was relating law school to the mental breakdown I had, and I didn't want to go back and experience that again. And that was a part of me that still needed healing, that needed that you know, help. And I needed to rewire my brain. I needed God to rewire my brain, you know, and I needed healing. And I'm still dealing with that now, if I'm being completely honest. I still am, but what I can say is that I'm in a much better place now. And on top of me going through all that stuff mentally, I've been also going through loads of other stuff, and everything's just been piling on top of each other, and I've been feeling like I'm a failure. I've been feeling like I'm, you know, a bit lost. I've been feeling like up and down. They're not constantly. I've been feeling like that up and down, but that's the enemy as well, like just trying to attack your mind. And I was dealing with that a lot, and like I dealt with depression again. I've spoken to you guys about depression. I dealt with that again. It was really bad and like really toxic. And yeah, so basically, you know, other things have been going on as well recently. I want to say them, but I'm worried that I will get accused of slandering again. I don't know if you guys might get a hint of what that might be. But I did get into some issues, some trouble, let's say, for apparently slandering, which I wasn't doing. And so yeah, I want to be careful with what I say about things like that. But that was other things that I've been dealing with, let's say, how can I say it in a way that doesn't come across as let's say I felt a lot of attacks on my walk with God. And that could be in, sorry if the light's gone a bit dim, that could be in many different areas, not even just that specific one that I was referring to, but many different areas in my life. I feel like I've had a lot of attack on my walk with God, a lot of attacks on my faith, you know, my trust in God, whether I truly trust God, whether I can believe that he's going to pull me through, whether I can truly believe that he's going to bring some of the things, you know, and bless me with some of the things that's really been in my heart for years and that I've really been waiting on God for. And a lot of that has been tested. My walk with God has really been tested. But you know what, guys, I'm gonna say now, it has made me stronger. It has, when I was going through it, and still am, but I'm a bit better now, I didn't understand. I would cry and, you know, you'd feel broken, and then one day I'm like happy and I'm fine, I'm like, yeah, the next day I'm like, like, sorry guys, my son came through like halfway and he didn't have any bottoms on, so I had to stop it and then start again. But let me just remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, so basically I'm in a much stronger place, and even though I'm still going through that healing process and I'm still, you know, going through you know, stuff, I am in a much better place. But for a long time I did feel alone. I did feel you know, like I had no one, and that's something I've been praying about as well. I'm telling you, God has been holding me, bringing me through, and really, yeah, getting me through everything, because I don't know what I'd do without him, honestly. Sometimes I think if I didn't have God, I would be dead. And I know that's dramatic, but I went through some really toxic suicidal moments that it was God who whispered words of encouragement I can't say it, encouragement in my ears, to hold me up. It was God who, you know, I've been leaning on, and it's been God who's been giving me that strength. So sometimes I don't think I would probably still be standing. Maybe I would be alive, maybe I wouldn't, I don't know, I really don't know. But I genuinely needed God. I need him in my life. I need and I will forever need him in my life. And honestly, the way he's changed me, transformed me, and really been refining me as well. That's another thing that I've been going through, is that refining and you know, just yeah, just kind of just refining me and bringing me out as God. Basically, God's trying to transform me, you know, mold me and prepare me for the future, prepare me for the things that he's got to come, strengthening me as a person, and teaching me the ways of Christ, and the way we should live and should be. So yeah. But yeah, so I was saying about family and friends as well. Like, it's so important to have them around. That's something I've been praying about a lot. I've been asking God to, you know, remove any negative person around me, whether that's friends, family around me that is negative and is going to bring me down, and, you know, is not going to be a part of my future. And I've been asking God to place people around me that will uplift me, and I've been praying it for quite a while. And, you know, again, when you feel like God's not answering you there and then, you feel like he's not going to answer, or you feel like, you know, that he's not going to pull through, but he always does, and he always will. But anyway, guys, let me stop going on and on. So update was the whole point, because of just everything I've gone through. And I just feel like it's important, by the way, guys, to really like get across, is that it's important to heal. It's important to, you know, take a step back in order to take two steps forward. Stop trying to run the rat race. Stop trying to, you know, run at the pace that someone else is running. Just because they've gone uni at this age, or just because someone started this job or done this or succeeded with this or succeeded with that, doesn't mean that that's your time as well. It doesn't mean that it's your season. And it's important to, you know, get that guidance from God on that. you know, and this season that you're in, and when it's time to heal, or when it's time to, you know, move forward, or when it's time to take a step back, or when it's time to take that step to invest, when it's time to, you know, apply for that big job, when it's time to go to uni. Like, everything is different timings for different people, and don't feel guilty about that. Like, don't feel bad. And I think that's where I was at. Like, when I rushed to law school, it wasn't the right time for me. I was dealing with a lot. I thought it was the right time, but it wasn't. And I rushed, and I shouldn't have. I didn't need to. And I went through, you know, that period and had that little breakdown at law school because I rushed to go, and I needed to take that step back. And at first I felt bad and embarrassed because I didn't want to come here and say it to you guys as well, but I'm proud of it now. I'm happy that I took that step back, because now, considering as well things that have happened quite recent that I don't really want to mention on here, but basically it's made me stronger. And it has put my fighting spirit back in me. It has really and truly made me feel again, I want to be a lawyer. And it has really made me feel like I want to go back to law school again. And I'm already trying to sort things out for that and to make it happen. The only thing is to find the finances. I mean, but the way I see it is, if God wants me to go, he will provide the finances. And whether that's this year I go or next year that I go, I mean, I'm really hoping it's this year, and I really want to now go this year. I feel like I'm ready. But yeah, so I feel like I'm ready for it. But yeah, I feel like God will provide the finances for that if he wants me to go. But anyway, guys, let me shut up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. You know, it was a little life update on things that are going on. And just to be vulnerable with you guys and be honest that I've had a breakdown and I took a step back from law school. I have been doing bugger all for a while. I've been working, obviously, but not studying or pursuing a career, let's say, because I needed time to just be still and heal. And it's okay to do that, guys. It is okay, okay? So just always remember that. It's okay to take time out, and always remember that sometimes you need to do that. You need to find yourself again, you need to heal, and then, you know, go into this new path, this new thing, whatever you're doing, with a new mindset, a fresh you, a new you, a positive you, and a confident you. But anyway, guys, let me shut up. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, bye guys.